videos? Yeah? Okay. Now, I want everyone to get a fresh piece of paper, right? A fresh piece of paper. And I want you to fold it in half like this, right? Sideways. So landscape, you have your page open, landscape. Yes, Mina, good girl. And I want you to fold it like this. Can everybody see what I'm doing? I've got 3 images up. Now, I'm just going to take this one off so you can see what I'm doing. They've got 2 today, yeah? We've got 2 videos showing the artwork. Now, look what I've done here. I want you to turn your page and I want you to fold it 1 this way. And then another time.
Teacher.
So how many times did we fold it? Twice. So let me start again for those of you who haven't done it yet.
Teacher Vicki.
Yes.
Can you pin your screen on?
I have pinned my screen, honey. You just have to go to view and put it on speaker. Can you see where it says view?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, good. So I'm going to do that again, Laurie. You've got a piece of paper. So we hold our paper open, landscape way, right? Landscape format, layout, and then we turn the paper and then we start folding it this way. And then once again. So now when you open up your paper, yes, that's right, Mary, good girl. When you open up your paper, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares. Now, I want you to draw lines. I'm going to do mine in marker because it'll show up a little bit better. You can do it in pencil if you want to. So just draw a line across all those creases. You know, when I say crease, what do I mean? I mean where we folded the paper, those lines that are made when you fold the paper. So please just draw those lines that make up the crease, right? Just like that. Like so. There you go. All right, everyone got that done? No? Okay, I'll wait for you, Tina. So this is what I want you to have open. Does anyone want me to explain or describe again how to do that? No? Okay. Yeah, good girl, Misso. You're going to need your ruler and your pencil again. We're going to do something else. Yes, very good, Apple. Good girl. Yeah. Hang on, wait. Rosie, no. No. Okay, start again. Get a new piece of paper. You've only got 3. Look how many I've got. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Let me start again. No, you got to get a new piece of paper because it's all creased. Get a new one. Hang on, we're going to wait for Rosie. Are you finished, Apple? Yes, good girl, Mary. Let me see, Candy. Yes, good girl. Come on, Rosie. Where's your piece of paper? Good, Laurie. Where did Rosie go? Yes, Apple. Good girl. All right, now, listen carefully, Rosie. Hold your paper out like this, right? Fold in half. Come on, do this with me. You got it? The whole, that, fold it in half, sideways. Sideways now. Good girl. Make sure that it's nice and evened up. Make sure that it's nice and lined up because we don't want it to fold in the wrong place. All right, now, you listening? You want it to fold, right? You want it to fold like this. Half. And then half again. So it's 2 halves. See? We open it up like this. We halve it. Right? And then we halve it again. Good girl. One more time. Fantastic. That's better. Now you really need to listen to all the instructions, don't you? All right, kids. Let's go now. Open up your page and grab your ruler, right? And from the edge, from up here, right, I want you to put a dot for 2 centimeters, right? So you go from 0 and then you put a dot where it says 2 centimeters. And then you do the same on this side. So you put the 0 on the edge and then you put 2 centimeter dots. So there's 2 dots. Can everybody see my 2 dots there? Right? And then I'm going to join them up with a line. There you go. So I've got that. So I've got, this is where I'm going to put in my words. Everybody see on this page here? I've got wood, bricks, marble, and so on, right? Now, we're going to do the same for down here. So we take our ruler, we measure 2 centimeters from that center line. Remember that center line we did? So 2 centimeters right there. And I'm going to do the same on this side, right there. And then I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to join those 2 dots. It's 2 centimeter in width. All right, there you go, all the way across like that. And now we have this area for the titles and this area for the titles. Now, I want everyone to write these words. You can see them. Wood, that's the first one, right? Wood. And I want you to write, everybody has this piece of paper, right? So they can see how the spelling is. Everybody has this photocopy. If you don't have the photocopy, you can just watch me do it, right? And the next one is bricks. Bricks. The next one is marble. Capital letter. Not all capital letters, just the first one, because they're titles. Rocks. And we've got grass here. And then tree bark. And mosaic. Mosaic. And then roof tiles. My roof tiles don't look like that though. My roof tiles are different. I suppose every country has different roof tiles. Okay, so we're going to write the titles. You've got them on your photocopy. All right, now we need to grab our pencils. The first thing I'm going to do is here, right? We're going to draw the wood. Who remembers how we did the wood part? Do you remember that? First, we need to separate our panels into 1.5 centimeters. Does everybody know 1.5 centimeters? Do you know how to measure that? So I'm going to start from this end, right? And I'm going to move inwards. So there's 1.5, there's another 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, and then I'll just leave the rest. So I'm going to do it again on down the bottom, always doing it from the top and the bottom. So we start from the side and we measure 1.5 centimeters. 1.5 centimeters, right? And now I'm going to join those dots. I don't know if you can see them because they're in pencil, but I've just made dots where it says 1.5 centimeters apart. And now I'm just going to draw a line down there, right? Nice and hard, because this has to be hard. We might go over it later. like so. All right, now I am going to just randomly draw one of those circles, right? And then I'm going to go over that with another circle. And now I'm just going to draw lines that are going to go around that circle. And I'm going to draw these lines as close as possible, but without touching. Can everybody see what I'm doing? I've got a very sharp pencil and they're not touching. Ooh, it's so close. So close, but not touching. These are just lines that are running through the wood. Have you seen wood like this before? There you go. There's my first one. Now, the next time I do that, I'm just going to bring my camera a little bit closer so you can get a better look. All right. I might actually take this spotlight off. You don't need to see. Okay, now I'm going to do my circle somewhere else. I'm not going to do it in the same line at the same height. I might do my circle a little bit further down, right? I'm going to make this one. I'm going to put maybe 3 circles, right? And now I'm going to draw my lines around it. So straight lines, but every time you get close to that circle, you have to go around it. All right. I might actually take my 6 or 4B, if you have a 4B, and I might draw those lines in because they're starting to fade. They're sort of starting to fade. So I'm just going to draw those lines that separate the 2 panels of wood. Yeah, just making a little bit darker. I'm going to go a little bit darker now that I have my 6B pencil with me. Could do it at the end as well, but I feel like I need to separate them. All right, I'm going to keep going with my 2B pencil. All right, make sure that you get close as possible. And get close as possible without touching. There you go. Now I'm going to do another one. Where am I going to put this one now? I might do one down here. Oops, I might do one down here. All right. Nice and straight as you can. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight. I mean, these are natural wood pieces, right? Anything that is naturally wood does not have to be completely straight, and it isn't. I don't think you can ever find a straight line in nature. Don't forget, these panels of wood, they're not made in a factory. Yeah, they were once in a tree. So very natural organic shapes in nature. All right, so there's my panel. I'm going to go for my other one now. Where I think I want to put mine up top. Yeah. One more around it. All right. There you go. And my last one, what are you guys up to? I'm going to put my other one probably around here. Okay. I might just press a little bit harder in between these panels just to really accentuate it. Now, remember how I told you well, I don't have one of those smudging tools, but I will use a tissue, right? There's a tissue. I'm going to fold it many, many times, right? So I can have a point. See, I'm just folding it again, like that. And I'm just going to smudge in between. Not everywhere, just in between them. And one side, and another side. You don't have to do this, it's not necessary. But if you want to, just adds another dimension to it. Okay, I really like that. My other one looks a little bit differently though. Yeah. Which one do you like the most? Which one do you like the most? The top one or the bottom one?
I like both.
Oh, Miso, that's amazing.
No, it's Lori. It's me.
Miso, I'm looking at Miso's work. Laurie, let me see yours. Hold it up for him. A little bit closer. Closer, 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 closer. Really close. I think your lines are a little bit too wiggly. Yeah, these straight lines need to be completely straight. You see that? So the only wiggly lines, there aren't any really wiggly lines, but this part here where the knot is, we call this a knot. Yeah. Okay, so let's go. Who's ready to go to the bricks now? Yeah, Miso's ready to go to the bricks. Let me see a little bit closer, Tina.
Is it better now?
I can't see. Oh, yeah, I like it. I like it, Tina. That's good. Let me see, Laurie. A little bit closer, honey. Yeah, yours are very squiggly. Can you see? Hang on, let me spotlight you because I can barely see your work. So can you see how squiggly yours are? Whereas my lines are completely straight. The only wavy lines are the ones that are around the circle or the oval. So yours are quite squiggly in areas. I'm not really sure why. You see what I'm saying? So the only thing you really needed to do here, I'll show you again, okay? Watch. So this is the panel, and you do an oval, and then you do another oval, and then everything after that is going to be a straight line, but you have to go around it. You see that? That's all you have to do, go around it. Now, obviously, you can't go around it here because it's off. Yeah, it's finished, but here, around, down, here, around, down. You see what I'm saying? You don't do squiggly, squiggly. That's what you did. You did squiggly, squiggly elsewhere. You don't need squiggles on this page. Do you understand me, darling? Yeah? So just do straight lines like this. And then, of course, you go and you put that. Well, let me just finish this one, right? And now in the next panel, you just put that circle somewhere else. You put it down here, for example. 1, 2. Sometimes I do 3. Sometimes I do 2, 3 ovals. And now I'm just going to go all the way around, right? So you do your first one and then you just move along. You just follow the pattern. You see that? Easy, isn't it? Now this line here is going to be what's going to separate the two. Yeah, these are the two different panels. So I'm just going to darken them out. And then I'm just going to keep going, right? Straight and then down. And then, of course, I'm just going to go around. See that? Easy?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, got it.
Okay. Now, next one. Oh, it's all cut out onto this page. We're going to do bricks now. What I want everyone to do is I want them to draw dots 1 centimeter apart. So I want you to put the 0 where it says right here under the word bricks, right? Right there under the word bricks. I need a shorter ruler. Okay. So I've got my ruler. Yeah. Yes, darling.
Teacher,
Yes, darling.
how many centimeters?
1 centimeter. Okay. So here I start from the corner and then I just put a dot. I don't need to do a line, just a dot. Dot, 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 dot. And I do the same on this side of the rectangle. Okay. So I put the 0 here on the line and then I just do dots every 1 centimeter. So where it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have to line them up. Okay. Just line them up. Draw a line from one dot to the next. Right. Just so our bricks are nice and even. Okay. Now, who's done this so far? We don't have any boys in our class today. What's going on? Now, kids, remind me to tell you that next week we are not having a lesson, nor are we having a lesson the following week. So no lessons on the 9th of December or the 16th of December. We're going to have them the following 2 weeks, so 23rd and 30th. So we have to cancel our next week lessons, all right? But we're going to make them up at the end of December. Does everybody understand? So next week, no class. The following week, no class. And then we're going to have the following and then the following. So I'll write them up before we leave. All right. So everybody, now go to the 3rd line. Yeah, go to the 3rd line. And I want you to draw a rectangle, but I want them to be a curvy shape, right? I want you to draw a rectangle, but please make them a little bit curvy, not straight, right? Not straight, just curvy. Now I want you to do the same size exactly on this side, right? And then it's going to come off the page. So leave a little bit of a gap between them. See how there's a little bit of a gap between them? Now I'm going to draw another brick, but it's going to be under here. I'm going to draw this one underneath, like this, like this. See what we're doing here? Like so. Now, I'm going to keep going. Make sure that you are doing it in this pattern. You have to follow the pattern, right? These bricks are like this, right? You know how bricks are normally placed. This is exactly what we're going to do. Now, I'm going to just do this because it's a little bit easier, right? I'm going to do this because it's a little bit easier for me. And then I'm going to fill in my bricks. Don't forget up here as well, okay? There you go. Now, I'm just going to fill those in. How's it going? Mina, tell your mum about the lesson. Tell your mum about the lesson. Is that your mum?
Yes.
Okay, did you tell her? Does she know about next week? I want everyone's parent to tell their parents. Rosie, is that your mum or your dad behind you? Tell them that next week we are going to cancel our lesson and the following, because I've got to go to a seminar, and then we're going to make up for it on the 23rd and the 30th. Okay, I'll write it down in the chat. I'll write it down now. Can everybody read what I just wrote? Can everybody understand what I just wrote? Laurie, can you read it, please? Read it out to the class. Oh, that's nice. Hang on. We haven't finished that one yet. We haven't finished the bricks yet. We have to put some more details in. Laurie, can you please read out, unmute yourself and read out what I just wrote in the chat? That's good, Mary. Good. Can you read it? Do you know how to read English? Read it to the class.
I have to say your tat.
Sorry?
I mean, I have to speak to our class,
Yes.
the
Yeah,
chat.
just read out what I just wrote. Can you see what I wrote in the chat?
Yes.
Can you read it out for everybody, please?
For the next week, for the next 2 weeks, we will cancel our lessons. We will make them on the 23rd and 30th of December.
Good girl. Does everybody understand that? Please write that down somewhere and tell your parents.
Teacher, my mom just read that on the Zalo group.
Oh, good. So Dorothy, she did post it. Good. I'm just telling you so that you know, okay? So next week I have to go to I've got a class, I've got a workshop to go to, and it's for 2 weekends, Saturday, Sunday, and then Saturday, Sunday again. So for 2 weeks I'm going to be away. So I can't do that. Oh, okay. Now we haven't finished yet, Misso. Now watch what we have to do. You ready? We're going to fill in all these bits in between, nice and dark. All right. Anna, do you know what we're doing, or did you come in late?
I just go to a competition.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to tell you what to do?
Yes, I know. What are you doing?
How do you know how to fold the paper? All right, let me show you how to fold the paper. Fold it in half. Landscape, fold it in half. Good girl. Right, now fold it this way, in half again, that way. And then again, sideways. You see that? So we're folding it in half, like that. And then in half again. And you should have 8 squares. You got it? Show me your page now. What have you got?
Okay, I'm doing it.
All right, kids, don't forget, you're going to fill out all these white bits in between the bricks. And we have to do something else to the bricks now as well. Who knows what we're going to do to the bricks? Who remembers? All right, let's just get this out of the way and I'll tell you what we need to do. We need to do little squiggles. Remember our little lines, our little grooves in the bricks? Because the bricks have got imperfections. So it's just really just lines like this. Can everybody see what I'm doing here? I'm just doing little lines, little squiggles, just so that we know that these bricks have got little grooves in them, right? So dots, lines, squiggles, right? That's all that we have to do. Now make sure that these bricks are nice and curved on the edges, all right? Because these bricks are not exactly too sharp on the edges normally. We want them to look as realistic as possible. So there's some lines. See what I'm doing with all these little dots and things? Just showing the detail, the texture that is on these bricks. And making sure that in between. Anna, how's it going? All right, now here, can you see up here? Anna, you watching up here?
Yeah.
That was 2 centimeters down. So you take the edge, and you put 2 centimeters down and 2 centimeters down on the other side, right? And then you draw a line across and then you write these in there. Have you got the photocopy for today?
Yeah.
All right, good. So just
That,
look at
that's
your,
2 weeks
look at
ago.
your, look at your photocopy and write the words. Yeah, right. Brick, wood, brick, marble, and so on. So it's basically a lot of dots and commas and dashes. Yeah, that's all I'm doing here in the bricks, just to give it a little bit of texture to make it look like a real brick. So this is when we talk about texture. This is what we mean, guys. We create implied texture. So there's real texture, which is the kind of texture that we feel with our hands, our literal hands. So if you feel your cheeks, right, your cheeks are nice and soft. This is what we call texture, right? What our hands actually feel. So, and then there's implied. We are doing implied texture. Implied means we are drawing what it looks like it might feel. So we are drawing what these bricks might look like, might feel like, should I say. Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay, there's my bricks. Who else is finished? Laurie, have you done those little squiggly lines in between? Yes, Miso, that's very nice. Have you done those little dots in between? Can you see my little dots and grooves and things like that? I don't know if you can actually see that. That's not very clear, is it? My camera is very good. I don't know what I did here. Okay, who's ready to move over to the marble now? All right. Now the marble, remember what I said, the marble is probably the most difficult one because it's just a little bit too random, yeah? So I've got the marble and I've just got like lines coming, just going in all directions, just one this way, one that way, yeah? So I've got a little bit of dark area here. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do that smudging technique as well with a tissue. You can use your finger, but there's no point in dirtying your finger. So I've got a little bit of shading going on as well. And I've got dots and things, yeah, because that's what it's like, isn't it? All these marbles are perfectly random. Perfectly random dots. All right, so these are my lines. I'm going to do some darker than others because that's how it is sometimes. Just some dark ones. All right, now where's my tissue? Remember my tissue? I made a point with my tissue here, right? Now I'm just going to go over some of those to make them a little bit smudged. That's what I'm going to do. Just a little bit smudged. Okay, quickly, we've got a lot to do before we finish. This should be very, very quick, this marble one, because it really doesn't take a lot. Now, is everybody finished with their marbles? I've got to go over to my rocks now. Now, rocks. I actually really like doing these. Now, just like we did here with the bricks, right? The bricks were very similar. We're going to do just some random organic circular rocks. Some of them are going to be small. They can't be pointy. So if you feel like you've pointed something, just rub it out and make a curve, right? Some of them are round, perfectly round. Some of them are oval. Some of them are large. Some of them are small. So just get really random. Oops. Remember what we said, we can't have points. It's got to be rounded. And of course, once I finish making these rounded rocks, I'm going to fill in all the dark bits, yeah? Like the in-between bits in here. All right, now I'm about ready to fill in all these spaces, these empty spaces in between the rocks. And the next part is the really nice part where you really learn to make those rocks look three-dimensional. I'm going to do that again with my tissue, my rolled up tissue that has a point. Okay, because we don't have one of those tools. I used to have one. I don't know where it went. Well, I used to have one a long time ago. I know where it went. It probably went in the bin because I thought I'd never use it again. Hang on, maybe I do have one. If I see one in a shop, I'll definitely buy it. Now, whatever we don't finish here today doesn't mean you have to leave it unfinished. Okay, kids? Whatever we don't finish, you have to finish at home. Because sometimes, I remember last time I did this in the class, this is where I could finish up to. I didn't do much more than that. And everybody handed in their work exactly like this. And I said to them, I said, no, you have to finish it just because I didn't finish it in the classroom. I mean, in the classroom, what we have an hour and a half. That's not a lot of time, right? All right, let's continue. So what I want you to do now is leave this, right? You've got the idea, leave this. And I'm going to show you how to do the smudging part, right? Just get a little bit of that in between dark in there. Because we have to move over to the other ones. And then I've got to show you what your project is for homework with the houses. All right. Now, everybody have a look at my, okay, everybody have a look how I've got my tissue and I've folded it up many times, right? And I've got a point. What I'm going to do is I'm going to smudge around it, right? I'm going to smudge around it, but I'm going to smudge only on one side. Can everybody see that? Mary, Tina, Candy, you guys aren't looking. You're not looking at how I'm doing this. You watching? Right, so I'm only doing one side. I'm smudging just the one side, right? Because it looks like the light is coming from that side, so I'm smudging this side. So I'm just smudging it inwards. Can everybody see what I'm doing? How? And then I'm going to put some imperfect. Remember how we made those little dots and squiggles on our bricks? That's what we're going to do. We're going to put some dots and squiggles on our stones. right? And that's it. And that's how you do it. So basically, it's taking the smudge, right, and just moving it inwards. But we're only doing it on one side. So I'll just say that one more time for those who missed it and weren't looking, right? You have to take the one side of this rock and you have to smudge it. You have to move inward like this. Oh, I need to make another point, I think. All right, I'm going to make a point and I'm going to smudge it just on one side. Just a little bit, just so it can look like it's been elevated. Can everybody see how real that looks? How real does that look? Yeah. All right, quickly, because we don't have time. Let's go to the next one. This is really easy. I want you to draw a line in the middle here, just like that. And I want you to flick your pencil upwards. So it's going to go sideways, upways, and all sorts of directions, okay? Some are going to lean over a little bit more than others, but notice how it flicks and it gets smaller as it goes up. So the thicker part is down the bottom. You press quite hard and then you just flick. You flick, 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 right? So this is what your grass should look like. That looks amazing. Don't you think that looks amazing? Okay, quickly. Time is ticking, guys. We only have a few minutes left. Now, this is our bark, our tree bark. So we have a tree trunk. Remember how we made this, right? Our wood. Now, we're going to do the same. We're going to draw a circle, another circle, another circle, and probably 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do one more circle, right? And now I'm going to draw some lines going around it, right? Just like we did, right? But these lines, they're sort of cut. There's a line. Here, we don't have any lines cutting through, right? So these are continuous lines, these ones here, but these are not continuous lines. So they're just, can you see how they're just like random lines? They're not really, it does have a pattern. Some of them are darker than others, however, right? Now, I'm going to draw just a little bit of shading here, a little bit of shading like this. Right. And of course, I'm going to take my tissue. I'm going to make another point and I'm going to just smudge it in there. So I want it to look like it's darker on one side of the tree than it is on the other. All right. And then I'm going to go over it with darker areas here because I've just smudged all that pencil off. Okay, and there's my tree trunk. How easy was that? So easy. Now, with this one, you need your ruler again. Wow, that's amazing, Misso. Good girl. You're doing so well today. You have to make points every 5 millimeters. So these are going to be really tiny little squares, 5 millimeters. That's half a centimeter, right? You have to do those little dots on top and then at the bottom, Okay, don't forget you have to do on both sides because those lines will not turn out straight if you just rely on the top dots. Okay, so we have to line up these dots, make sure your pencils are nice and pointed, nice and sharpened, because if they're not, right, then you won't have a sharp line. All right, so here I go. I'm going to start doing these lines. These are my mosaics. All right, like so.
How many centimeters will
Half a centimeter. So that's 5 millimeters, yeah? Half a centimeter.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. And now I'm going to go this way, right? I'm going to draw my little dots on this side. So my little dots on this side, 5 centimeters apart. Yep. And now I'm just drawing my lines across so I can get my perfect little squares, my 5 millimeter squares. Right, nice sharp pencil, nice straight lines. Now, when you're drawing lines, you should always be careful to hold your ruler perfectly still. If you move your ruler, you will not get straight lines. So you need to be this hand, right? This hand that is holding the ruler, well, that has to be very strong. You have to hold it quite strongly, right? This one works. This hand works more than the one that's drawing because it has to hold it in place. If you ask me which hand is more tired, I'd say this one. This one holding the ruler. It's more tired because it's holding it down very, very firmly. Very firmly. Now, do you remember what we said about this mosaic bit? You have to draw in dark areas, right? Press quite hard. And then you have to do like about, I don't know, how many do you think we should do? I might need to sharpen my pencil to get into those little areas. Oh, that's... Okay, so I'm going to get into those squares.
Teacher,
Yes, my darling.
how can we know that where should we color the black square?
Well, it's random. Yeah, you didn't watch the video, did you? You came a little bit late. So if you see, we just do random black ones and then random lighter ones. So I think we've got like 2 or 3 shades here. 3 shades, I think. So we've got really dark one and then a dark one and then a light one. So there's my really, really dark one. So I'm just going to do them randomly all around the place. All right, all around. Here and there and everywhere. Make sure that they're nice and random. They don't have a pattern.
Hey.
Right, these are my really, really dark ones. I haven't finished yet, but you get the idea, right? Now, my lighter ones are going to be, I'll show you what color they're going to be. Now, I'm not finished with the dark ones, right? The light ones are going to be this color. Right, now in the video, if you noticed, they did it only with the shading tool, right? The smudging tool.
Goodbye, teacher. I can leave.
What's that, darling? What, Rosie? Did you say something, Rosie?
She say she is leave.
What? What, Rosie? I can't hear you. All right. You guys know what to do, right? With this mosaic. Now, let's go to the roof tiles. Okay, grab your ruler. We need 1 centimeter apart. Okay, 1 centimeter apart, like this. 1 dot, 2 dot, 3. You get it? So every 1 centimeter across, we have to put a dot, and of course at the bottom. Don't forget the bottom. We always do it twice because we do not want to make our lines crooked. There, and then join the dots. Make sure that you draw the line all the way to the bottom page of the rectangle. And now what we're going to do is we're going to draw, if you remember your page from here, we're going to draw curvy lines. So one's going to go like that, and then we're going to go all the way down, right? Make sure that they're the same distance apart, all the way down, like so. And then you're going to do ones in the middle, right? Somewhere in the middle. So they're just going to be overlapping, sort of, right? All right. The curvy lines gives them the impression that they are sort of rounded. All right, now we have to draw only some of them, not all of them. Some of these are darker than others, but we are not going to draw all of them, just the sides. See that? So I'm going to do this one, just the sides. We're not going to do the top part because the top part is the shiny part, and we're going to get our what did I call it? The smudging. I always forget that word. The smudging tool. All right. So notice how I'm just randomly picking. Right. Here and there, here and there. All right, there's my smudging tool, which is really just a tissue, right? It's really just a tissue. And I'm going to rub the sides. I'm only going to rub the sides of it. I'm going to make sure that the top of this particular tile is going to be light. Okay, I'm going to actually draw a line down the center here, right? I'm going to draw a line in between these tiles. Oh, I didn't do any here. Completely missed this part here. Right, just a line down the center, just so that we can have some shading in this area on the sides of these particular tiles. I should probably do these ones as well. So just in between, just so that there's a little bit of shade on either side. And then there, of course, there are the tiles that are much darker than the others. All right, so there you have it. That looks amazing. So now I want you to choose one of these houses, right? And I want you to choose any of the techniques that you've learnt today on this page, and I want you to draw them on here. Look at my example. Can you see that? My chat. Oh, it's in chat. Chat. Oh, it's doing it again. I used to be able to screenshot this. Screenshot. No, it's not allowing me to screenshot, not even on this one. Anyway, John, I don't know if you're still there. Hello.
Yes, teacher.
Oh, darling, can you please screenshot this for me and put it in the chat? Because I can't seem to make it work. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
All right.
So this is just an example, kids, of what I want yours to look like eventually, right? Now, remember, I'm not finished, so please do not give me work that looks like this exactly, because this is not finished. You have to use all of these, and I want these ones to finish as well. Sorry, John, did you take that screenshot? Wow, that's amazing, Misso. You did so well. You did so well. Good girl. Really good. Fantastic work. Now, remember, I've given you two kinds of photocopies, all right? I've given you two houses. You need to choose which house you like. I've got this one here at the moment. I don't think I have a photocopy of the other one. So you need to see what I've done. I've got stone, or no, hang on, rock on this part. I've got brick on this side. I might do wooden panels on here. I've got the grass. You can do the grass on here. Obviously, the car is going to be whatever you want it to be. Yes, you can do that one, or you can do this one, right? Anna, choose which one you like. And then I want you to create your own. What date is it today? Today's the 2nd of December. All right, kids. Do you know what to do now? Where are you going to post these so that I can see your beautiful work? Salo. You're going to post them on Zello. Ooh, amazing, Misso. You did so well. Absolutely gorgeous. Good, 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 everyone. So, all right, kids, that's about it for today. I will see you in 2 weeks. Okay, my darlings, don't forget, not next week, but the following week.
Thế đó ông nghĩa sao anh này hồi bữa tiện thấy ở trong nhà.
Thanks, John. Thank you. See you later, everyone.
Bye bye, teacher.
Bye.
Bye.
See you in 2 weeks, okay? On the 20.
Teacher Vicki.
Yes, my darling.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See ya. Good job today, everyone.
Bye bye, teacher.
Bye. Oh, bye, everyone.
Have a good weekend.
See you in 2 weeks. Okay,
Yes.
2 weeks.
Yes.